So the hop harvest is actually fresh hop lager. So instead of doing like an IPA or something with the fresh hops, we decided to go with the lager. And it's not like overly hoppy or anything, but it is really cool because it does showcase all Ohio ingredients, which is awesome actually.
That is awesome, yeah.
Chris started a relationship with the Ohio State brewing program, so the hops are actually from their brewing program, which is pretty cool. So that was kind of the cool thing we're kind of testing out. We'll probably like in the future maybe do it once a year or something like that. But it was cool.
That is cool.
opportunity
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it was some Vista hops, I believe, from them, and then the malt was from an Ohio maltster too.
Oh, wow.
Which is cool.
Let's try it. Ooh. I like that. It's a very subtle hop start and then that like really like warm malty finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hops are pretty unique in it too. Like the tasting notes on them are really like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like it brings something totally different to like what you expect a lager to have.
When I first tasted it, I almost got like a like berry note or something on the end of it, or something like a slight fruit kind of note, which is not from the malt at all. It's totally from the hop profile.
I really like that hop paired that way. It's just so well balanced.
Yeah, I was prepared for something like bitter, but it, like totally
not at all.
bitter,
No.
So.
Yeah, it's pretty easy drinking when it's all said and done.
Yeah. The way that finishes, it's just this warm maltiness washes over you.
Yeah, the hop almost like it's like makes you think it's something other than a lager, but
yeah,
it's really good.
Fantastic.
So have you guys been having beers together for a while?
I moved in next door to him in 2020.
Oh, nice.
And then on Mother's Day 2020, some storm came in and blew all my privacy fence into his yard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then we had to acknowledge our fence is laying in his yard. And that was during quarantine and all. So we were like, well, do you like beer? He's like, yeah, I drink beer. And I said, well, so we just started once a week getting together. We started doing what we call porch beers. And that's why it's still part of our channel since.
That's awesome.
And rate the beers.
That's cool.
Beginning this year is when we started doing different breweries. We did a couple of visits here.
We've done it before,
What if we make it our New Year's resolution every month to go to a different brewery?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And then it was like about March. We were at Listerman before they closed, and I said, should we be like videoing this? Because this seems like this could be fun.
Sure.
And he jumped on it immediately. He was buying stuff to film stuff and all that.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool.
We actually did. One of our trips was here, Northern Row, and Rhinegeist before we started filming. So this is our first official trip
Was that
here.
like February?
I can't remember.
Like
yeah, it was.
Because we had actually brought home a bottle of this after our visit here. We brought it home and we split it later on.
It's crazy to see how that festival has just grown and evolved over the years.
We've never been, but we already have it on our radar. Like this year, we got to get Bock Fest because it's such a big Cincinnati thing.
It's awesome. It's always one of our busiest weekends of the year here, which is crazy because it's kind of like the unofficial kickoff of spring is kind of Bock Fest, and then Red's opening day. It's like everybody's in hibernation until then, but when that hits, it's like. It's nice. It's like, But Bockfest, you never know. It's like some years we've had it rain or snow the whole time. And other years, it's totally fine.
Yeah, so it's a big question mark, right?
We went to Esoteric's 5th anniversary. That's when they had their Doppelbock, and we drank it. We're like, why aren't we drinking more Doppelbocks? This is amazing.
For sure.
They make some really good beers. One of our bartenders grew up with their head brewer, Brian. He knows them pretty well. Which is pretty cool, so.
Maybe a good future collab for you.
That's a great call, Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah. Not that far away either. Walnut Hills is not far.
Right.
So. Yeah, our anniversary is coming up here in November. November 15th is kind of the date we always have to mark for it, but it's we'll have Utopias pouring, which is pretty cool.
So that's what he was getting asked about. We keep hearing about this mythical word called Utopias.
Yes.
And then he saw a post about the bottle, and we were like, we need to ask more about Utopias.
Yeah, we poured on draft the whole weekend. So that Friday, this year we'll expand it to the whole weekend. So we're doing the that Friday, Saturday, Sunday that week we'll have Utopias the whole time. So
what makes it like so incredibly special that everyone loves it so much?
So it's still banned in 15 states, which is kind of cool.
Because of the ABV?
Yeah. So Ohio opened up the ABV cap like 12 years ago or something like that. When they opened it up, we're actually legally allowed to serve it here now, which is super cool. I would say what makes it special is two things. One, when Jim first started brewing it, like over 20 years ago, like high extreme ABV beer was not really a thing. I mean, everything was still trending towards low ABV, and I think he was looking for kind of a crossover product that would really appeal to like premium, high end, like liquor drinkers. Honestly, I think was the original thought behind it. And so it drinks more like a brandy or a sherry or something like that, I would say. This year is the first year we've gotten it to 30% ABV, so it's 30% ABV this year, which is cool.
You drink that much and you're done.
Yeah, it's a 1 ounce pour of it. Yeah. The thing that I tell everybody that makes it really unique, well, two things I'll say. One is that so it comes out every 2 years. Every year has a little bit of a past year in it. We back-blend it with every year. So every year is back-blended with it going back to the
That's
first
really cool,
iteration,
actually,
which is awesome. That's cool. And then every year is just a different spin. Like we do something different every year with it. It's aged in different barrels, it's different ABV. We did like back in 2021, we had one that was really like cherry forward. So some of them are polarizing. We had one in I think it was maybe 2017 that was really maple forward. We put maple syrup in it, and that was my favorite one.
I'd be down for that.
Some people did not like it because of the maple syrup. And then the other thing that really makes it unique, and this is more like an internal company thing, but I think it's really cool, is that every one of our sites has a hand in making it. So the Bourbon is created here at the Cincinnati Brewery. It then gets aged at the Pennsylvania Brewery because they just have a lot more space to age it, and they have a cellaring person to help with that. And then it ends at our Jamaica Plain Brewery where they bottle it. So like everybody kind of plays a hand in the company with making it, which is cool. And then going all the way back to when Jim first launched it, employees still get a bottle every year or every 2 years.
Wow. Bonus.
I'm thinking about changing careers.
Try to make it last a year.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been with the company 13 years, and I've only drank through one bottle. My other one's untouched.
So I'm curious, like, so do you treat it more like a liquor as far as like storing at room temperature? Or
exactly. Yeah. I suggest serving it at room temp. That's how we do it at the tap room. We don't serve it cold. I would store it at room temp as well. I also would say too, like unlike beer, for most beer, like oxygen is the enemy of beer, right? You don't want it to get oxidized. Like Utopia is a little bit different. If it gets a little oxidized, it's not that bad because it brings out some notes like similar to how it would with a whiskey or something like that.
Interesting.
So I'm not suggesting you oxidize it, but just saying if you open it and then recap it, like a little bit of oxidation is going to be all right with Utopias. So.
That was my last question. Do you have to drink it quickly? Or do
no,
you want
the bottle will last.
The bottle lasts.
It comes with like a cap. You can recap it. I mean, it only gets better with age.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. So.
What I learned from that story is Jim Cook likes to party, and he puts
absolutely.
I tell everybody this, like, because we are at this point. Jim started the company in like his kitchen, on a stovetop with Boston Lager recipe, and like he started as a small business, but we grew pretty big, pretty quick. I mean, Boston Lager was within all 50 states within like a couple of years, which is kind of crazy. It's pretty cool. But I think Jim is like, he really knows kind of like the struggle to get the business to that size, and like he really passionately cares about beer. Like if you ever spend time with him, he like deeply cares about beer. It's like it's his primary focus, in life. Like the way that like if you're a songwriter, music is your primary focus. That's how he is with beer. It's just
that's
really
pretty cool. Yeah.
So I've been working for Boston Beer for 13 years. I started actually on the West Coast at Angel City Brewery, which is a brewery. The brand is actually being sold right now by Boston Beer, but it was a brand that we owned out on the West Coast for the last 13 years. I started there right at the beginning of that brewery being open. There was an original owner that kind of had opened it and moved the brewery to downtown LA, and then he sold it to Boston Beer, like within the first 2 years of being in downtown LA. And I was within the first like 4 employees that started there. I started giving tours, helping out in the brew house, pouring behind the bar, and kind of the rest was history from there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Moved up to manager within a year, and then I was there for about 6.5, 7 years of my career, and then January 2020 moved here for this gig as GM of the tap room here. So,
okay.
It's kind of interesting timing because COVID happened a couple months later, but
yeah,
it's not what I expected, for the start of it, but we learned a lot through it.
Yeah.
So.
People still need beer. They probably needed it more than.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I'd say we were probably drinking more than I mean, at least for me, I'll speak for myself, probably drank more during COVID than I ever drank.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
We're sitting outside. And
yeah.
So.
That was the case for a lot of people, for sure. We're at a really interesting time right now where a lot of people coming of age and becoming legal drinking age just have a totally different perception of the socialness of it. It's not really the same, and so that's been, I think, the biggest challenge for the beer industry is how do we deal with that? How do we figure that out? How do we sell to that type of consumer? And I don't think anybody's totally figured it out yet. I think we're all still trying to kind of figure it out and figure out how to do that, honestly. But it's interesting too. At our tap room, we're still busy here, but I mean, if you look around, it's our crowd tends to trend a little older, and it makes sense. We're a 40-year-old brand, but in Boston, that's not the case. You go in the tap room there, and it's all 21 to 35 people, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
I think just in general, Boston's a little bit younger of a city at this point, and so you kind of see that. But yeah, I'd be curious to see what happens long term with taproom spaces and that social element that you're talking about.
Right.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do you have a suggestion where we move from the hop harvest to?
Yeah, I would suggest Next to Sam After Dark, actually, because it's dark, but it's a little bit lighter in body. I tried to go from lighter to heavier.
I like it. That's how I like. Well, I'll drink either that way or the reverse.
This is a Czech dark.
Yeah, Czech dark lager. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit less carbonated, I would say, than the traditional beer because it is on.
Smells kind of roasty.
I was going to say, it's got that roasty smell to it.
I always like something that smells roasty.
Yeah. The side pull has been really, really cool. We debuted it, like I said, probably about 2 months ago. The brewery in Boston, we have a brewery in Boston and a tap room in Boston. They both have tap rooms on site, but we kind of divide them up that way just so people know which one is which. But the brewery in Jamaica Plain did a collaboration with Bourbon, who famously made Budweiser back in the day, Czech Var, but they came out to Boston and brewed the beer, and it was a Czech lager that we did on side pull, and it sold out faster here than anything we've ever had on tap. It was gone within a week. And I wasn't sure what the response would be to it, but yeah, we've since having that beer on side pull, we've been trying to kind of play around with beers that would be good for side pull, basically. Yeah. So
I really like this. This is good. It's the roasty note, and then we've had another Czech before where it's kind of all the roastiness of a stout without the heaviness or the weight to it.
Yeah,
it's pretty light body.
Kind of a light bodied finish.
Yeah. I feel like the first half of it is this roasty kind of bitterness, but then also this little malty sweetness comes out at the end to kind of help level the playing field a little bit.
Yeah. When we serve it on side pull, it comes in a Tübinger glass, so it's the dimpled kind of more traditional glass.
Okay.
I think that's a big selling point is the presentation too. People love
it's your Halba beer.
Yeah. I do like fun glasses for drinking in. So.
Yeah. I do feel like there is, especially in a city like Cincinnati, a big yearning for more traditional beer practices and stuff. I think you see a lot of that in this neighborhood. Even I mean, we as a brand tend to like lean heavily towards like German lagers and more traditional things. I mean, Boston Lager still uses like decoction mashing, which is kind of cool. But like Northern Road does a lot of traditional styles too. So it makes sense. We're in over the Rhine. It's like there's so much beer history here.
Yeah,
we might as well
it's
lean
awesome.
into it. So
we've been talking about getting over there for their Kolsch night.
Yeah.
Tuesday. We've never been. We always hear so much about it.
Yeah.
It's been full event.
Yeah. That's a good style of beer.
Yeah. That's one of the beauties of Cincinnati, though. I feel we've talked about it before. Is like you get like now, even though everything's leaning more like these classic styles, there's always still gonna be those experimental kind of like vanguard flavors that are out there, and that's the fun of it. Is like you get to experience the whole gamut of all of them.
I think Cincinnati's a really unique market. When I moved here in 2020, I was kind of shocked because coming from California, it was like, I mean, 66% or something of new SKUs that hit grocery store and retail outlets were IPAs. Was the stat. And that market's changed a bit. You've seen light lagers and stuff emerge now, but there was a brewery in LA we were friends with at one of our like co-ops, Angel City, went to become a brewer there. And I'm not exaggerating. If you go to their tap room, they have 20 beers on tap, 19 are IPAs. And it's like that.
Wow.
And honestly, they make some of the best IPAs in the city. But like that is the market there. It's so IPA driven and so IPA heavy. And like you will not find a Czech dark lager or anything like that there. And I was honestly pleasantly shocked when I came here because like I really like German style beers, some traditional styles. And you can really find that here. There's a lot of it, which is it's really cool.
I'm someone that likes all the seasons, and I think that applies to beer too. We have seasonal things. Like every year I look forward to this and this season. Yeah. Just like, or Jacko, for example, is one of my favorite pumpkin beers. Every year I'm excited to drink that, So just having something to enjoy each part of the year.
Yeah, I go both ways. Like with breweries, like I want there to be a good, either a good variety of everything, like lots of different things, like Third Eye, like Sam Adams, like Street Side, like that. Or like you were saying with the place in LA, like Urban Artifact. They sours, but you do have to have one or two for the masses.
Yeah, you have something.
But if that's going to be your thing and your strength, and you want to lean into that, I say go for it.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, there's just a lot of diversity of style here, which is awesome. Yeah, because there are some breweries here too that lean pretty heavy into IPAs. I mean, like Third Eye, I feel like always has a bunch of NE style IPAs on tap, which is kind of cool. But
those are the ones I prefer.
I love some Third
New
Eye.
England's and hazies.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. We haven't been drinking many IPAs because of the shift in weather and all that.
Yeah.
But we do love some IPAs.
Yep.
Seasonal, like I was saying, is kind of our bread and butter as a company. Like it's, Oktoberfest is the biggest volume driver of that, but we've had our seasonal program around since the 80s, which is crazy to think about. But Double Bock was actually our original winter seasonal beer, which is kind of wild. But even back then, Jim, and the Sam brand team were starting to tinker with the idea of like seasonality. And it's cool to see it still is resonating with people 40 years later. It is how people drink, honestly.
I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was like early adopter.
No, for sure.
Head of the curve. So
for sure.
I'm ready to get some Toasty Boy.
Let's get some Toasty Boy.
This is the brown ale, right?
Yeah. So it has like
brown
a
ale.
little bit of roast in it, just the slightest hint of smokiness to it.
Doesn't smell as roasty, just off the nose.
Yeah.
Pick up malt and maybe a touch of sweet in there.
Yeah, surprisingly, Chris has never brewed a brown ale before.
Oh, really?
Or for our side, he's never brewed brown ale. I think he did for 50 West.
That is really good.
Yeah, if at some point you feel like checking out the Drink Lab survey and seeing what that's all about. But we're trying to.
We'll do for sure.
This was our thing for this month. It's actually kind of cool. The Drink Lab piece. You guys may know this, but back in 2018, we merged with Dogfish Head, and so we collaborate like very deeply with those teams. Like we work with them a ton. Chris works with their brewers and stuff a ton. But Drink Lab actually came to us from Sam Calagione, the owner of Dogfish. He basically had this idea. They did kind of like prototypes of it at some of the Dogfish sites over the last few years, but this is like this year is the first full year that we've rolled it out at all of our hospitality sites, and like are collecting data from all of our sites, honestly. And I think it just came from the idea behind it was basically like we get so much anecdotal feedback from talking to customers, but like we've never really like quantified it in this way where it's like, no, actually like show us, in return for like a small sample of it, but what you actually think of it, and it's been insightful, honestly. Like
people do a survey if you give them something for it. They'll always do
exactly,
it.
Exactly.
That's a good model.
Yeah, and everyone likes being the guinea pigs with something like this.
Yeah,
sure. I'll give you my.
I'll be a guinea pig.
Sure. Great. This is great. This is like a lot of like smooth but malty sweetness coming through.
Yeah.
Just like it feels lighter than I thought it was going to be.
I'd say you could probably crush this pretty easily too. It's very crushable.
Yeah.
I like the sweet malty finish.
Yes.
It's just very smooth, very behaved, plays well.
Behaved. So not like me, but
not like you, no. But really, really good.
Yeah. No, it's good beer for sure. He was psyched to brew it. So it's always a good sign if your brewer's excited to brew something.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a brown ale. I think there's always a place for it. It's a good one.
It's tricky because like there's a lot of styles that have fallen out of favor that were like in the probably 90s and early 2000s where like as craft beer was really starting to emerge were like big styles like and amber ale is another one I'll use the example of it. Like it really fell by the wayside. It's actually really hard to find them at this point, and so we kind of. That's part of the reason why we never brewed a brown ale here. Like it feels kind of outdated, but trends come and trends go. It's like
you can almost make them seasonal. It's like we're gonna do reds and ambers in this part of the year and browns in this part. And
and if you do them right, and no one else has one out there, it's just sometimes it's like a unique flavor you can't get anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, so the one on the flight board is the actual maple bourbon.
Yes.
I just think I need to remind myself what the
should we drink the original first probably, right?
I would say, taste them back to back just to see how it changed. Yeah. The original liquid for it was brewed back in February, like all of it was. And then we took half of it, released that half for Bock Fest. The other half was put in barrels. So
that's cool. Yeah. All right. I'm ready for this.
It's
just as good as when we tried it last time.
The original idea for this beer and why we thought about collaborating with Makers Bakers was the idea like a double Bock like back in the day was what monks would have when they're fasting, and so we kind of went to the idea like breaking your fast and thinking about breakfast basically, and they're like super well known for their cinnamon rolls over there. It's
it's like I took a bite of the cinnamon roll. Like it is just really prevalent and it's so good.
Yeah.
All right, so we got back to back it with the maple now, right?
Yeah, we got to see what the difference there is.
I'm a sucker for maple. I'm a sucker for a lot of things, apparently. But
we've talked before, though. Like maple is a tricky ingredient. Some places put it in, it just overwhelms the whole thing. Sometimes you put it in, where it's just sitting right where it should.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
Yeah, picked up about 1.1% ABV.
It does smell boozy.
It smells barrel aged.
Yeah.
But that maple is coming through with the cinnamon.
Yeah, so the original one was 8% ABV. This one's 9.1% ABV.
This is like you got maple, you got cinnamon, so I'm thinking French toast in my head already.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm eating breakfast right now. I just poured like hot syrup over my pancakes and my waffles.
We have a term, though, for whenever there's a beer that's a high ABV that doesn't taste like it's as high as it is. We call it a danger beer. I would qualify this as
a danger beer.
If you didn't know how high of an ABV you were drinking,
you might try crushing it, and then you're in danger.
You could be in some trouble.
This is really fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boozy note is very subtle.
Yeah.
You get the maple.
Yeah.
Throughout. Yep. And then the cinnamon. Yep.
I think it picked up a little bit of that whiskey character from the barrels too. You get a little bit of that like
smoky.
Yeah. Yep.
A little bit of whiskey. Which is cool.
I'm extremely happy to be drinking this. All right. Back and forth.
Yeah.
we're fortunate here to have so many like great distilleries and stuff around too, because like we can easily get barrels a lot of the time. Like we've gotten barrels a bunch of times from New Riff, and it's. I mean, they make great whiskey over there. So one of our assistant brewer works at New Riff as well. So we kind of always get the lowdown on what they're doing over there too, which is awesome.
Yeah, I just saw like today is Demogorgon Day at Streetside.
Oh yeah.
And one of their Demogorgons, they got mead barrels from some place out in some other state.
Nice.
And I was like right across the river, there's Fable that's making mead. Someone needs to collaborate with them. So we have some of your
they
mead
do
barrels,
make some mead, yeah.
And then like put your mead here in their mead barrels. And
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys been over there yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've not been there.
We love it. It's a really good place.
That was one of our first episodes.
Nice.
And actually, we have one coming out this week and one on Halloween also. Like I said, and finally on we did our Halloween episode. I said we have to stop like coming to Fable so much because
we go other places.
This will be our third episode. And we haven't been around for very long yet.
That's funny.
But when we went there, like instantly, we're like, this is like top 3 for us in the city. Like in terms of the quality of the beer and meats and everything.
And they're trying different things and different flavors. They have sours. They're like eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know, just really some good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, they're definitely worthwhile. It is kind of a trek. Well, we live even up northern suburbs, so it's more of a trek for us.
But
it's worthwhile for sure.
Yeah, I think the maple really good. I like it. Works very well.
You like maple?
That never happens, does it? But to your point, like you said, sometimes maple doesn't work, and it's working here. It's balanced really, really well.
It should be. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, when I was moving here to Cincinnati from LA, like a big pull here was like tasting Chris's beers for the first time. I think he's just a really talented brewer. I feel fortunate to work with him, which is awesome. So
that's awesome.
And it's cool, like I was saying, that we get a chance to like, you know, it's not always that the beer transitions to a national style or that like even informs what we're doing on the R&D side, but like we've had that opportunity a few times here, which is awesome. It's part of the function of the tap rooms, right? It's cool to be able to take part in that.
Yeah.
For sure.
How long has this tap room been here?
We opened November of 2018.
That's what I thought. Yeah. There used to be a parking lot, I believe.
There was a parking lot there. There's one there. Like all of this around us is parking lots.
Yeah.
So.
I remember one of the first times I ever went to Philly Market, even though I lived here all my life, was I parked somewhere around here.
Yeah.
You might have been right here.
I could have been. I could have seen my parking spot.
That was like one of the main Finley Market parking lots was that building. Back in the day. So. We went through probably the first 3 to 4 years we were open. We were open basically a full year, then COVID happened. And then like in the middle of COVID, they broke ground and all this. And so we were under like nonstop construction for like 3 years straight. Wow. It was just like, oh man, it's just one thing after the other type of thing. But I'm glad all of this is here now though.
Yeah, the last time we were here, I think that sidewalk, weren't we just saying that sidewalk over there was all jacked up and everything?
Yes.
The facade of these buildings, you know, the live walls, everything, it's really cool around here.
It all went up pretty quick.
Yeah.
That was longer because like they faced a lawsuit and all that, and it took a minute. But yeah, the stadium went up very, very quickly.
Yeah.
When we moved in here, we didn't even know the stadium was going to be there. Actually, it was still there were like 3 potential sites for it, and they landed there.
I remember the
awesome.
discussions about that.
You guys could probably get a pretty good FC crowd every time the game's
No, we definitely do. We host the supporter group, the Brigade, which they're great. We've been hosting them for 2+ years, which is cool.
That's awesome.
So,
Cincinnati just like you came when it was already on the up and up, and it continues seems to go up. I remember the dark days of Cincinnati when there was nothing to do.
Yeah,
like over the Rhine, you didn't even want to go there.
Yeah,
like down on you didn't have the banks right by there. You know, it was like there was no nightlife, no places to really visit, and now there's just so much.
Yeah,
it's been great.
Yeah, it's good to see it.
We're always we always talk about being very fortunate and blessed to have the brewery scene here that we do. A couple of beer nerds like us, so we love it. So.
Cincy Brew Dad!